guys, we're gonna make a simple smoothie that I make every Tuesday that you can just flavor whatever flavor you desire with some of those Turani sugar-free things. Or just have it the way it is. It's actually pretty good just on its own. So we're gonna start with a little cube of tofu, and these are 65 calories each. I get the tofu and I cut it up into pieces, that way they're frozen and I'm good to go. And this will encompass some protein and some healthier fats for us. So we put that in there. And then I also freeze halves of bananas, and that'll be 50 calories. We'll add half a cup of fat-free coconut milk. Give it a little shake. That's pretty good. And then about a quarter cup of water. And we'll do 2 cups of spinach. Got 1 cup. I like to munch on my stuff as I put it in there. Nice and crispy. And 2 cups. There's your second cup. And then to keep your spinach fresh, put a paper towel in your Tupperware. It'll keep it fresher for longer. We're gonna add a quarter cup of blueberries. That's another 20 calories. So blueberries. These are super sweet. The smoothie gets super sweet because of the fruit anyways, but like I said, if you want to flavor it, today I'm gonna probably do a caramel pecan. So that'll be kind of good. We add 1 strawberry, or 0.55 ounces of strawberry. Closer towards the end, we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of nuts. I like to use chia, flaxseed, and walnuts, as well as almonds and Brazil nuts, the sunflower seeds, and the pumpkin seeds. So I mix all that up into 1 tablespoon. And then into my cup, I add a teaspoon of cacao nibs. And that gives you a little crunch so that you can munch and crunch. Slurp, munch and crunch. I'm gonna add a mini cucumber. So that's about 8 calories for that. That one's nice and fresh. Super crunchy. Gather my trash. And we're also gonna have some broccoli in there. I'm gonna have a 1/3 cup, which is like 10 calories. I can usually find a big piece of broccoli that I can just put in there, and it's right away a 1/3 cup, but I think we got little bitty pieces now. That'll work. There's my other little 10 calories. Don't forget to burp your broccoli. Burp. That way it stays fresh longer. Don't forget to drink water. And then I add a 1/4 cup of fat-free Greek yogurt into our mixture here. Then I like to add a couple of spices to it. So I add some cinnamon, some nutmeg. I also add a little bit of vanilla extract. We did the nutmeg, and then I have some anise. That gives it a really nice flavor. And some cardamom. I've got this other fancier cinnamon that I like to use every once in a while too. It's a little bit of a deeper cinnamon than the other one. It just tastes just differently, a little darker, I guess you would say. A little bit of salt to bring out those sweet flavors. And then I like my Mediterranean salt as well. And then I add some xanthan gum. This thickens it up. Makes it a little creamier. So I'm gonna warm up my nuts in the microwave a little bit before I put them in. I'm gonna blend it first with ice, and then I'll add them towards the end. That way there's still a little bit of crunch in my smoothie towards the end. So we'll just put our nuts onto this little container here. I like to steal an almond. And then 1 teaspoon of our cacao nibs. And I'm gonna warm that up as well. Just a little so it doesn't lose its nutrients, but that it brings out that little chocolatey flavor a little. There are so many benefits to the nuts and stuff. Chocolatey and crunchy. But you have to have them in moderation, but they're really good for your noodle. I use about 2 scoops of ice. Enough to make volume, but not too much to take away the flavor of things. So let's give it a mix. Turn it on first. In the middle of it blending, take the time to scoop down the stuff that just shot up. We want to get all the nutrients from all those nuts and all those veggies, and just kind of help the little blender out by squishing down the stuff that got stuck to the top. Because our smoothie's a little thick, because that's the way we like it. I'm gonna add the caramel pecan flavoring, just a little. Give it another whip. Now I'm gonna add the nuts once it's whipped up. So I added the nuts, and I added a little bit of maple syrup. You can always experiment, you know, adding whatever flavors you want. So I got my cacao nibs there at the bottom. I'll pour it into my cup. Okay, let's pour it into our cup here. I also added a little bit of allspice and the tiniest bit of cloves, since I'm going with that caramel pecan flavor. Ended up kind of going with a little bit of a more towards the fall flavor, but it's pretty good. I also use those Loran oils for flavoring, and there's a Bavarian cream one that I like. It can be a little strong though, so just be careful with that one. But I kind of use it to make things taste kind of like ice cream. It just gives like a background of like when you go into an ice cream shop and you have that smell. I don't know how to describe it. It's like a creamy but like frozen kind of smell. So that, but I add very little of that, because if you do add more of that, then it kind of like overtakes on the flavor. All right, and there's our smoothie. This smoothie is always going to be green because of all the spinach. And I just add a teeny tiny bit of whipped cream at the top. I'm gonna top it with my little cinnamon. Put my straw in there and check it out. Nice and thick. Oh man, that's good. So refreshing too. I like to take it with me for a walk, and as it starts to melt, it even more tastes good. And that ice cream shop smell is in there. Oh, that's good stuff. So you can use whatever flavoring of those Tiranis, cookies and cream, vanilla, salted caramel, all kinds of flavors that you can find. This was really good. It tastes kind of like maybe like a pecan pie that's turned into ice cream, so like a vanilla pecan ice cream kind of thing. Nice and creamy. Under 300 calories. You got your protein, healthy fats, fiber. Very good. Enjoy.